I apologize. I've been eating. Here's my lifesavers. I have low blood sugar and stuff, and I get hangry too, let me tell you. So I keep these in my mini fridge right here. And I keep them in the cooler. But anyway, I want to talk about something. Y'all know every year for years, I started the whole go to Lowe's, and talk about and show the lawn care setups, you know, the mowers. I'm gonna do it this year. I've done one or two. I just ain't uploaded. I ain't had time. Now I've got a big Chevy in here. Finally got the dump trailer off of him for after all these weeks, because I'm putting new brakes all around on it. Anyway, here's what I discovered, and I'm so interested in trying. Check this out. Patriot Star Professional Grade 095, 125 feet, most advanced technology for the industry, for industry leading durability. Speed North America Incorporated. So, made in the US of A. You know where I seen this at? What we call around here in the South, the Walmart. The Walmart. It is freaking red, white, and blue stringer trimmer line. I cannot wait to try it out. If you can see the texture, you know I'm the trimmer guy, of course. How good can this GoPro? I don't have my nice fancy camera. I've got my GoPro on me right now. My newer one, not my other one. I've had 3 or 4 of these things. See it? How pretty. So, you know where I got this at? Again, the Walmart. I've noticed now they have Shakespeare and everything. So they've got good stuff. And then I videoed in the store. You know, their music is so loud, so I'm gonna have to mute it. I may or may not attach it to this video because I spoke the whole time, and I seen some good deals on bar oil they had. I didn't care if this thing cost $1 million. Well, I do care. That's just how interested y'all know I am in trimmer line. It's like an addiction because I have so much of it, and I still have Exterminator trimmer line that y'all can go to right here. Hippa, and buy some Exterminator line, and that stuff is fantastic. And then my newer favorite one, I've got so many favorites though, so of course I'm biased to the one with my logo on it. And them's real nice people at this company. I've spoke to them for years. I'm not paid to talk about them or anything, by the way. I mean, I probably could be, but I do get offers for commercials all the time because they like how I can show you the emails. These companies, which I would never do that to these companies unless they want me to. They like they look for authentic people. And plus, you know, where I don't use foul language in my life at all. Now maybe I might slip something when I get real hurt. You know what I mean? Anyway, I really don't. I talk like I'm talking now to everybody. There is no YouTube persona. It's not like I'm a big channel or nothing, and I've never even tried to be a big channel, and I don't care. Anyway, so we could still talk about my lovelies. This year, of course, 525 ILSTs in the house. I also have the ILK, which is the combi unit. It is right the frig. Y'all want to buy some Ram tires? That was on the red rim. No, this is the Chevy tires. I'm keeping those. It's the old one. Anyway, where'd I put it? Look at the Badger. Right there. ILK. And I used that hedge trimmer on it a lot this year. And then I've got the chainsaw. I've got extensions. Got this hedge trimmer that's battery. I mean, chainsaw, sorry guys. And then, yes, it's got my name on it. That hedge trimmer, I love that thing. I love that thing. I don't know how many trees and stuff that's cut. Everybody that uses it likes it. And then of course, here's the 460 with the 24-inch bar. Some people do say, like, there's the 455 with 20-inch bar and the Echo with the 18-inch bar. It's CS450. It's 45cc. And your 193 Stihl down there. Then your handheld blower with my name on it. I use that all the time. One of the most money-making things I've ever owned is this extendable pole saw. You twist that and it will touch the ceiling in here. I even use that on man lifts. When we rent man lifts, which we had to rent a 50-footer on one job the other day and a 35-foot on the other. And without that thing, because I was literally in between utility lines and stuff, I wouldn't have been able to do that job safely. Well, I might have knocked a wire down or something. But anyway, and there's mode 128. Here's my bristles. Here's my paddle. I've been meaning to teach y'all what that thing is worth every freaking cent. Then I bought this one and it'll do the same thing. And you're gonna say, what are you doing with it? Well, I'm not gonna tell you, it's my little secret. That dirty filter and all of them has stole off of me, which I don't care. I've been teaching him for years. That's my protege, my crew chief. So he gets special treatment. Anyway, so this year I'll have the ILSTs. I still have the LST. This LST right here don't have a head on it. That's the first one I ever owned right there. 2014 model. The only thing that's ever happened to it, sadly, I think I've got the original fuel filter in it. Yes, that old, not joking, is the cable broke, you know, and I've got it over there to fix and I ain't fixed it yet. That's the only thing ready to crank right now. Then I got the legendary first ever on YouTube. It's not a brag, it's just I think a fact, pretty sure. Stihl 94R. I don't use this thing. I used to love it and I absolutely hate it. Now listen, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a great trimmer. What happens is muscle memory and the way my back feels. Each one of these trimmers has a different angled arbor. You see these heads right here? You see the little gearbox? Each one of them will give you a different tilt when you're running a string trimmer. The 94 and the Stihls, even with the speed feeds and stuff to lift it up a little bit, absolutely kill my back. Do I still use the 94? I brought it out one time this past 2024 and I used it all the way halfway up a driveway for about, I didn't make it 2 minutes and I put it back on the trailer. So that's how muscle memory works though. You just, you get one brand and you just don't change, because I used to be a dum-dum and just buy Stihl. That thing will last you forever. I like Stihl. I do not like the 4-stroke Stihls. We'll get to that. But anyway, ILST. There's the 525 LST Mark II. That's my least favorite trimmer on this wall. No, second least. Because you're going to see my most least. Most least? There's a 260 TS Red Max. Love that trimmer. I put my name on my favorites, except I forgot to put it on that one. All right, so that's the next one. The next one would be your Echo 2620T. I have told this story till I'm sick of telling this story. Echo reached out and give, I don't know, 3 or 4 of the YouTubers back in the day. We was called ambassadors before they started the new thing that I have been offered to go to, a UAG, but I never do. I ain't been offered lately, so I don't want to lie to you, but they tried to get me to Chicago, but I just couldn't my schedule. But anyway, they kindly give me this trimmer before it was released. So me and some other guys had these, but we couldn't show nobody. It was weird. And we had a meeting, you know, I was on the phone with a whole bunch of people in a room, so my hillbilly self talking to them. That was very flattering. The reason I'll never get rid of this is because of that. I love this trimmer, the 2620T. The only reason I don't use it all the time is the weight. Now, can I use it all day, every day? Yes, I have. It sucks with the trimmer guard. I'm just gonna say all these trimmers suck with the trimmer guard. I hate those things. I used to think that you had to have them. Right here's a 2014. It's, I don't know how many thousand hours is on that thing. Thousands. Well, I don't know about thousands. Who knows? Because I got so many and I use different ones all the time. I rotate them. Yeah. But anyway, I use the 525 LSTs if you're new to the channels because of the weight, the balance, and everything. I think it's the best machine in the world until they come out with the Mark II. Is that Mark II good? Yes. Is it anywhere near the original? No. Husqvarna keeps coming out with these Mark IIs on all these different products, and they're all good, like the blowers and stuff. But they frigged my trimmer up. I've said it a million times. So whatever person decided, oh, we're gonna put a bigger gas tank and make it wider and dumb looking. Look how much wider. See this one? You see this exhaust? Look here. All I feel is hot air out of that exhaust. And that one, no air. Back before they come out with the 500 series, they had a 300 series, and they even come out with a little thing that goes over the muffler to keep the air from coming up, you know, cooking you gosh dang arm and elbow. And then they redone it, and we're back in the same boat. There's the hose. You might say, well, they done it for longevity of the engine. What? Longevity? It's motherfrickers when they first come out. I think 2014, 2015, whatever year. And we have all used that, but everybody's brothers, cousins, sisters use that thing. And it ain't never overheated and done nothing. So what are you talking about? Now the gas tank is smaller, but you know what? Oh, I go to a yard, I push a button and put gas in it. Come on, people. Takes half a second just to top it off for each yard. You don't have to do it that many times. I'm just saying, if you're so worried about a bigger gas tank. So, pass on the 525 LST Mark II. I do not recommend it unless you have a Stihl. Or there's a 111. I hate them. I've had 90s. You've seen I hate every one of those 4 mixes. I hate that. I've been thinking about making a whole video and putting tannerite, which I got a lot of, and blowing it up out in the field here. That's one of the many ideas I have, running over it with the skid steer. It is going to die. The only way it's not going to get crushed or blown up is if I find somebody in need, because anybody in need, I'm going to help. That's just me. I don't care. Other than that, I have give a lot of people a lot of trimmers that needed them. So I've done give a bunch away. So this one I want to blow up. Is that wasteful? Yes. But that's what it deserves it. I know some of y'all like these things. That I don't know how you like these things, to be honest with you. These 4-strokes. Now the 94R is a 2-stroke. That one is a 4-stroke that uses 2-stroke mix. So what happens is, instead of having actually, you know, an oil pan with oil in the bottom and then you put gas in it, Stihl invented a 4-mix, which means the gas and oil mixes, and it cycles not only through as the combustible, it cycles through as the lubricant. So that same 2-stroke mix goes through the whole, literally the whole engine. And it's the dumbest, most cumbersome, heavy, it makes your wrist want to twist. I'll never recommend those. The 90Rs, now this is a 111R. I do not, if I was to buy another one of those, I'd go with the 90R. Now the 90R's okay power, it's pretty good. The weight ratio sucks on them things. But anyway, I digress. Let me shut up. I could talk trimmers. Yes, it's still the same trimmer guy. I know I don't talk about them as much no more because I have talked so much about them over these years that I've about said everything. But then I forget there's new people coming into the... Every year, new companies come and go constantly. So new people will watch these videos and maybe this will help you out and go to Husqvarna and get a real trimmer. Or Husqvarna owns Red Max. That engine, them engines is the same, 525 LS or the LST. Now the L has the old 223L engine in it, 25.4 cc I think. it's good enough. The 322, what was it? I had one on this channel. I've had many of them. I even bought them as presents. I liked them so much because they weighed nothing. They're less than the 525s. And 323L, yeah, it's got the same engine. So it's a 525L is a 323L with a prettier case on it. And it don't burn your arm. So the LS and LST has the same engine as that. So remember, they're two different engines. So if you go to Lowe's and buy an L, you're getting a great trimmer. Great. But there's a better one, and that's in the LST, and it's in the LS, and it's in this Redmax 260 TS. Now they do have a 260, I think it's an S, because the T stands for torque. See that max torque sticker? Hold on a minute. I can't, my screen's busted on the back of this GoPro. Somewhere, if you're looking, it says max torque. What happens is, just like the LST stands for torque, all it does is reduce. It's a gear reduction. Now the head spins slower, but you have so much more power. Anyway, here is your 111 that's going to get blown up. Here is your LS. That thing looks new because I don't got an hour on it probably. I'm serious, I bought that years ago. And you're gonna say, what you used the exterminator? It's because I don't like it. And you're gonna say, why? Because the LST, the torque models, and the 2620T and the 260 TS has spoiled me. I love that torque. That torque will save you from busting windows out too because it's slower. The LS is like the 94R. You have to keep it to get any power out of it. The torque models, you're supposed to run a two-stroke wide open. Yes, that's what it's made for. Just like, that's why chainsaws have less problems than trimmers, because nobody runs these things wide open to keep them cleaned out. So if you're running your trimmer that's two-stroke like this, you're going to F up the car, and exhaust is going to fill up and packed up. You're going to have to clean the exhaust out and blah, 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 blah. But when it's a chainsaw, you crank it up. When you start cutting, you're like, wah! That's why they'll last longer. All right, next. LS, I don't use you. I don't know what I'm going to do with you because, like I said, you have to trim faster. You have to have a higher throttle. So when you're edging or anything and hit a rock, it's going to go way further, or as Dirty says, further than a reduced torque head. All right, one of my favorites in the earth, FS80. I love that thing. That was given to me by Dirty. You see this offset spark plug? Every one of them like that is guess what? A Red Max engine was in a, Stihl bought a bunch of Red Max engines back in the day. Husqvarna did not own them at the time, or did they? What year did Husqvarna buy Red Max? I used to know all this stuff. Anyway, I love that trimmer. The 85, Stihl FS85 is what you would call the gold standard of trimmers for its time. The 80, it's lighter and it's, you know, it's great. It's just not as strong, but the best trimmer ever made is the 525 LST, not the Mark II, the original. So that is a classic, and yes, it works. Believe it or not, it's an old trimmer. I need to make a video about it. I love that thing. Next is a trimmer I don't never use. I used it a couple times. I made videos about it forever ago. 535 LS. Because of the big fat arbor on it. It's a 12 instead of a 10, I think. I think that's the numbers. I'm old, I can't remember. And I'm just not a fan of it. I don't know. I used to love it, and then it's just so heavy. So I'm not going to talk about it much because I don't really give a rat's butt about it. It has not many hours at all on it. All right, now you're going to see, you're like, why do you have this on your wall with you got other nicer trimmers? That is a Husqvarna 128 LD. That is Roy's trimmer. If you're new here, Roy was my right-hand man for years and years and years. I went to school with his wife. Sadly, for their kids, she passed away recently too. He passed away the year before last. And he was my right-hand man. I did everything for him. I trusted him. I could give him a job. He'd go do it without, I mean, we worked together so good, and he liked working with me. He's told me 100 times, even when he was in the hospital about to, you know what, he called me and talked to me and thanked me. Anyway, that's Roy Trimmer. He gave it to me. He didn't give it to me. He was going through a bad spot in his life, and he said, will you fix this thing? It don't, you know, it won't wide open. I said, oh, I can fix that easy. And the head was on crooked somehow, so I fixed that, and then I didn't want to touch it no more. So that is going to be a wall ornament, I think. That sounds weird. Yes, I know. I got it. I should use it. But, you know, Roy started out just as, you know, working for me, and then he turned out to be a great friend. So that's why that homeowner unit is there. That's the only reason. The LDs, I've had several of them, and I give them all away. I think I give Roy one of them. Now this one, he had several of these, but this one was the last one he ended up having. Anyway, tragic. His kids, it's sad. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, now something I've made a fortune with too. 535 LK. All right. I have the broom attached. I have all the attachments, and I also have that 525 ILK. But this 535 monster just eats grass, it eats weeds. I've showed videos of it. It runs the brushes good, hedge, everything. It's just so powerful. It's nice. I love that trimmer. It has done, I don't know how many hours of using that big brush. Ask anybody that's helped me. I don't know why I always say ask. You're not going to do it. You can from their YouTube channels. Talk to them. But they've used that brush for I don't know how many hours. Not including what I've used it for and what they also use it for that I've invented. The best use for that thing in the world. I'm going to show a video of, I think I got one of Daniel using it or somebody. Anyway. So that 535 LK has worked. And I mean, during the summer here in the South, and it's 90% humidity and freaking almost 100 degrees, and it's wide open with that big old broom, paddle. Well, worth its money. But anyway, that's my string trimmers. I've got more. There's an old Husqvarna right there. And the rest of them I give away. Almost all of them. I think wait a minute. I think I got another. I don't remember. I've had so many trimmers. I don't even know how many I had at one time. It was over 30. And it was good trimmers, not like generic trimmers. It's all name brand. But that's why I keep what I keep. Like the Echo, I'm never going to get rid of it because I respect Echo and I appreciate them. They also give me a backpack blower, and it's right there, and it's not for sale either. I love that blower. I don't use it but for grass. But it's so comfortable. I love that backpack blower. I like my 580s better because they were more powerful. But anyway, but they weigh a lot more. So every piece of equipment has a place. This battery has a place where the gas don't. The gas has a place where the battery don't. If you're in a neighborhood of big, fine homes, there's always going to be a Karen snuck in there. So if you're using electric and it's not echoing through, you know, these where this Johnson City's growing, it's one of the most fastest growing cities I think there is in the country. Almost. I mean, Knoxville and Chattanooga's doing the same thing, but we was number 7 in the country of most moved to. So everybody from California and New York lives here now. You can't even recognize accents no more because you're like, they're not from here. So we've been invaded, and they build these freaking subdivisions this close together, houses, and I mean, they're working in the engine, or you can go zzz with electric. The battery is good as any gas ever will be. It's got more torque, actually. It's like a electric car. Do I recommend spending that much money? Now, Husqvarna usually has a sale once or twice a year. You buy ILST, they'll give you the $300 battery and $150 charger for free. So I've done that deal twice, and then I bought the other one. They had another sale. It didn't come with a battery though. So 2 of those come with batteries. I bought them. Them's not given to me. And I bought them from Husqvarna's website, not a dealer. I should go to our dealer here. Real nice people. Shout out to Tri-City Saw Shop, I think it's called. Real nice people in there. But I just buy it online because I'm busy and it's faster and I don't want to drive. So they come, a lot of people ask me where I buy all this stuff from, and it comes straight from Husqvarna. You can buy everything on their site. I recommend you going to a dealer. They'll sell it to you for the same price. But for the ones of us that just don't got the time, which I know right now I could be there, but it's Saturday or Sunday. Anyway, I need to shut up, wrap this up. I start talking string trimmers and equipment. That's why I try not to do it as much, because I'm gonna shut my freaking face. I could show you more of my equipment, and basically everything's Husqvarna, and I do have some Stihls left. I do love that one Echo I have. And now I did have 2, but I got one 260 TS left. I recommend that trimmer almost as much as the 525. Is just less vibration. It handles a little different. You know, the handles and triggers, it's preference, but I don't like saying preference until you've used them all. You can't say I prefer Echo over Husqvarna if you've never spent hours with a Husqvarna. Now listen, don't grab your buddy's Husqvarna or Echo or Stihl and completely dedicate your life to the brand trying it out 1 second. Or go to the Stihl dealer because you heard Stihl's the best. Muscle memory. Your brain is muscle memory. That's how you learn how to dance and all kinds of stuff we do. The way you hold that trimmer, you're going to get muscle memory to it, and it's going to feel more comfortable and better to you. So then you get another brand, you're like, yeah, it sucks. Mine feels better. That's because of muscle memory. So before you throw your gums out there in your opinion, you need hours on every brand, which I have. I don't think any of them's bad. I just don't. The Stihls are like, except the 4-stroke Stihls, I don't care what anybody, they tear up all the time. All the time. You have to adjust stupid valves in there. But the 2-stroke Stihls, I'll never knock you. Stihl's a good brand, just not the 4-strokes. Echo is a premium brand. Husqvarna is the biggest company, if I'm not mistaken. There's a brand called FCO. It's not here in the States. Really, it's a pretty good sized company is what I've read on Lawn and Landscape magazine or whatever I was reading. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up. There's my trimmer. There's that new trimmer line I discovered. I will have a video of it. I'll have a review of it. Am I gonna buy another trimmer this year? If they come out with something, I'll buy it. I've been really holding back buying stuff because instead of buying 1,000 trimmers, I'm trying to use my head. As older I get, that's why I bought a skid steer. It's already it's done paying for itself, and then some on top of some. The amount of time, me and Adam the other day, I shared a video on here, pulling up those shrubs would have took us a day and a half. Because they was so, but that grapple, I'd pick it and work each one of them. It wasn't easy, even for that. So I'd hate to see what happened. Then some other bushes, you know, I can grab and they'll be deep and stuff, but pop! It's just those was so intertwined due to their age, like 30, I forgot what year. She said 30-year-old or something, and healthy as a horse. And it got it out, so it right there saved me a whole day of labor already. And I've done took it to other jobs, and it saved I don't know how many hours. I pulled up a big shrub row. I meant to make a video and I didn't. It saved hours and hours. That'll pay the payments on it. See what I'm saying? So it's an investment for my business. It took me years to buy. I should have bought one. I've spent a fortune, small fortune, renting them. And next I might buy an excavator. Nowhere, not this year. No. So, because I need to buy another 3/4 ton truck first. So that's what's going to happen. I've done looking. The red truck's getting ready, but I need to, oh my Lord. 30 minutes, 30? Is any of you people actually watching this? If you do, comment. I really want to know. Did you really sacrifice 30 minutes to watch me do this? But I love trimmers. Shout out to Big Son. I've made 3 videos about him and I keep freaking forgetting to upload them. You know, let's be honest, I lost them. I have this 2 drives and they got so many of my stupid face on it in videos that I'm trying to upload even 10-plus-year-old ones with Roy and not with Roy, you know. And I'm trying to go through and I'm gonna try to start uploading, and then I get distracted at night. And now I don't know what file I put them in because I've got so many stupid videos. But anyway, he won't see this, but shout out to him. He's probably the one helping keep the community together. That's why I made a video about him. Yes, he's like what I used to be like. I'd go to everybody's channel, talk. He's doing it. He is just a great guy. Anyway, peace and chicken grease.